I'm Big Bob.
And I'm Ann.
What's up?
Okay, what's up, Big Bob?
What's up, Ann?
Hey,
How
it's
you
a great
doing?
day outside, isn't it?
How did you get here today?
By vehicular transportation.
I didn't think you went out in weather like this.
Not on my own.
So you had a chauffeur?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay. Hi, Ed. That's her husband.
I don't like to drive in this kind of weather, okay? We've been over this.
You have history with weather.
Yes, I do.
We have a wonderful guest today, but before we go into the guest, we give a special shout out to Brenda Ringwood, who's our executive producer and the founder of Being the Best You.
Becoming the better you, yes.
She's
I heard you
correcting
say
I
that
know.
on the other
She's already
podcast.
correcting
2
me.
minutes in, that's awesome. I
Well,
like her
you know,
already.
we just like the name to be
And
right.
she's
To be
adjusting
right.
she's adjusting my camera. Well, you just take over everything.
we want to make sure we get our
Profile.
BTB wires that don't know their BTB wires yet to the right place.
Okay.
So that's it.
What's the website for it?
So it's comechangeyourlife.com, and I want to see you there.
Is that part of the website?
Come
No,
change
she
your
just
wanna
said
see
I
you
want to
there.
see
Yeah, that's
you
the
there.
part that gets them there.
I want to see you there.
Mm.
Guns. Okay. You do that.
What do I do?
BTBY.
I do. I'm a speaker of intentional living on Becoming the Better You platform.
Intentional living.
Yes, I do life on purpose with purpose.
Geez, that's such a catchy phrase.
I know.
On purpose, in purpose.
On purpose with purpose. So, and then that gradually, organically turned into doing life on purpose with divine ultimate purpose. So, if you're wondering how I do that. My name is Isabel Black. I
I'm
go
sorry.
by
Oh,
Izzy
we
the
didn't-
I was
Intentional
waiting for
Healer.
that.
Wait. But you always do the introductions.
Well, I was being fair and letting you do it this time.
Well, then
Okay,
kick
well,
me in the shins if I'm supposed to
You
do
were
it.
just yada yada yada.
Isabella.
Yes.
Izzy Black.
Izzy.
Isabel, I go by Izzy.
All right.
Yeah, so I don't mind Izzy. Most people in the speaker world know me by Izzy. And yeah,
Black.
so Black.
Do you have a website?
I do. My website is Activate Your Power Now, and that's where you can find more
.com.
information. ActivateYourPowerNow.com. You can find more information about me and my other business that I have,
What's that?
Gigi's Natural Hippie Essentials, which I believe
GG's.
you are a
Yeah,
hippie salve user.
Yeah, look, I'm trying to give you a plug.
Yeah, do it.
So, GG's.
Natural Hippie Essentials.
What is that?
That is all natural plant-based salves that you could use in addition to your pharmaceutical meds if you're taking them for pain, skin conditions, and different ailments. But for a lot of people, it's actually an option for them because they don't have access to pharmaceutical meds. They're uninsured.
So something you rub on.
It's something you rub
Where
on.
do you rub it on?
Anywhere you have pain. Most people use it for joint pain, inflammation.
I got a pain in my ass.
You can rub it on your ass too, and let me know if it works. Just lay on your tummy while you
Well,
let it sit in.
She's still here. So, but I've used it. I've
Yes.
used it. I've used it on my hands.
Mhm.
I've used it on my feet, and
Nice.
I've used it on my neck.
And how is it working for you?
Phenomenal.
Awesome.
I just don't
I'm
do
glad
it
to
often
hear that.
enough.
I'm not buying it because you're still a pain in the
Pain in the neck. So he's not using enough on the neck.
gut. Did you create and develop these?
So Gigi is my mom.
Oh.
She's the creator. She's the one who was blessed with the idea, right, to put these ingredients together. She actually healed herself from fibromyalgia. And she did that. It's been a couple years. When I started the business in 2021, she had been making the salve for about 11 years at that point. I honestly didn't take it serious. I didn't take her serious. I was a very healthy person before 2020. And I had never broken a bone. I really didn't need medicine. And I grew up very holistic. So we didn't really go to doctors and stuff. And in 2020, I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Oh,
And then we found cysts all over my abdomen area as well. So I needed I had 3 major surgeries in 3 months, someone who hadn't broken a bone. And after my second surgery, my body was rejecting. I had got a double mastectomy and then reconstructed 30 days later. And my body was rejecting the implant, my
Oh.
left implant. So that's why you didn't get the hugging experience that you was maybe.
We didn't do that on here.
I don't know. But it was when my body was rejecting my implants for 4 weeks. I spent more time nursing my left breast, honestly, than anything else I was going through, right, with the cancer and stuff. And my mom kept telling me, use my salve, use my salve. And I remember getting very upset with her because we have a pretty traumatic background and everything. So there's still a lot of trust. We're rebuilding relationship and everything. And I remember getting very frustrated with her because in my mind, life to her is so simple because she's one of those people who
Hippie.
She's a hippie. If you don't feel like doing, it's when I used to judge people, I would judge her as someone who just didn't care. She didn't care enough about anything to try to do better at anything.
But by the way, one of the things that I have learned from being a better me or trying to be a better me is stop judging people.
Yes.
And you don't have to accept them,
No.
but you can ignore them, but you don't have to judge them.
No, and I seek, right, the intentional part is I seek understanding. I don't have to understand what your views or how you live, but there's always an understanding I can gain by hearing the story of what got you to that point.
right.
Well, you got to be tolerant. Not everybody is meant to be the same.
No, absolutely not.
You have
That's
to
the
be
beauty of life.
respectful. You have to be tolerant. You have to be understanding,
Right.
patient.
And it's harder with some people than others.
It is, and
Why are you looking at me when you say
I
that?
think I got a twitch.
in a parent with when it's your parents who you feel that failed you over and over and over, and there's just so much history there, it's hard not to be judgmental because so for many years I was, especially after raising my kids, because I knew the sacrifices I made for my children, so I couldn't connect the dots of why she was not able to make those same sacrifices.
I'm going to tell you one of the aha moments I've had in my life. And that is when I put my youth and my mental and emotional handicaps, threw them away, the crutches, and threw them away. And I said, I will not allow my past,
Mhm.
my broken past,
Mhm.
to dictate my future.
I love it. You were
I want-
activated.
I want to go here, and that's where I'm going to go, regardless of what happened to me in my youth. And it was liberating.
It really is. That's what I had to choose to do as
Right.
well.
And stop making excuses. There are no excuses. There is no blame. It's on you. You got to make the choice.
Right. And I feel the same way. And that's what, so segueing into Activate Your Power Now, which is organization that myself and James Love founded in 2021. And we help people be activated in their purpose in their life. And that's by embracing your past with love, accepting it with love, and then setting it free, right? And gaining an understanding that your past was actually your pathway to purpose because it was prepping you for where you're going. I had to have all the experiences I had in life because I had to get to this
Wouldn't
point
be you. Wouldn't be
in
you
my
without
life
it.
to serve as an intentional healer. And I feel prepped for it. I feel in what I can't fill the gaps with, right? I've had it gone through enough to be able to learn forgiveness, understanding, compassion, empathy, and all the things I was taught not to do when I was younger.
Are you a student or the teacher?
I'm
Or
always a
both?
student, both, but I'm always a student. So I'm embracing the teacher part.
Right.
I don't like to be, right? I didn't like to. I'm embracing it now, but I'm coming into this journey of being a speaker and embracing the intentional healing part.
I want to know about the journey from being the student to being the teacher.
So that's where it's transitioned because through Activate Your Power Now and now co-hosting shows with Becoming the Better You and Felons to Fabulous, you know, I'm showing up as a leader, as someone who has a daily practice of how I'm becoming better. You know, it's a daily devotion for me. It's not just something I do at conferences.
These are words. I want to know the depth. Give me something that I can go, wow, that's important.
You don't want me to use words?
You can use words.
Okay. Well, it was that I was pushed into it. I was seeking when I came into this world. I was so in awe with there's other people out there who have similar paths, who have chosen to change the direction of their life and take control of their life and not be a victim in life. So I was always a student.
Not being a victim.
So
that was an important part of how you overcome.
Absolutely.
Overcome is you got to stop feeling like you're a victim.
Right. Exactly. You can't be a victim and victorious at the same time. So you have to choose. And I wanted to live victorious, a divine life, right? Something that was bigger than me and my story and my past.
Yep.
Something that was going to create a better world for other people, even when I'm not here, you know. But how it transitioned was I started getting on stage every month on my platform, Activate Your Power Now, and sharing bits and pieces of my story. And next thing you know, I have people coming and seeking advice from me. And I'm like, you don't want my advice? Go get a professional, you know, go speak to someone who's trained and stuff. And they're like, but I relate with you. And I'm like, well, God's going to use me in any way he needs me, right? So I may not have thought myself as a teacher because I was still attached to a lot of the lies that I was a nobody.
You know, you might not be the teacher you want to be yet, but you are the inspiration you're meant to be. And so maybe the bridge from student to teacher is being an inspiration.
Right.
And then learning the skills. The inspiration is an emotional, spiritual thing. The teacher is learning the skills to verbalize and to inspire other people with your story and what you've learned and what you're willing to pass on.
Right. And I love that you, thank you. I appreciate that. And I love that you put it that way, because I was just actually talking to Johnny Avocado, which I believe you just,
that was weeks ago.
Okay. Well, watch
once a week.
Watch the episode. It's going to be good because Johnny's great. But I was just talking to him on Thursday, and we were talking about this club, a coaches club, and he's leading through ACA, and I'm a part of that. And I told him, I said, but I'm not interested in coaching people one-on-one in that way. I said, I'm more of an inspiration. I'll be the cheerleader in the room. I can lift the morale in the room. I can get us to a clearer thinking vibration, you know, where we're not so stuck in our day-to-day life. I can help people get that little escape of life's too beautiful to be wallowing, right? Finding all the negative things that go on in our day. Like there's beautiful things that go on.
I think it's all about choices.
Absolutely.
I really do.
Everything's,
I really do.
I say that's the only thing that sets us apart as human beings is the freedom of choice.
Right. I mean, you got nature, nurture, luck, and choices. And that's how the table is set. And you have no control over your nature, little control over your nurturing, a little control over your luck, but all the control over your choices.
Oh, so that's why you're here with me every Monday.
Well, there are bad choices in life too, right? But you have to deal with the consequences of the bad choice.
And you said the word luck, you know, and I'm not even a believer in luck.
Oh, sure you are. A drive-by shooting, somebody gets shot. It wasn't their nature. It wasn't their nature.
I'm blessed.
Right. It wasn't their nature. It wasn't their nurture. They didn't make a bad choice. They just got unlucky.
Well, I was the one doing the drive-bys and participating in drive-bys and everything when I was younger. So I lived that world.
Right.
And never did I feel, again, lucky. I never felt like.
But the kid you didn't kill, or the kid that got killed, or the kid who didn't get killed was either lucky or unlucky, and he had nothing. He had no choice in it.
Yeah. Again, I don't believe in luck, but I get, you know, many people do. I just don't. I believe in being blessed. Everything's with divine purpose. Everything happens for a reason.
Everything.
At the right. Everything.
So we have. There's no choice. There's no choice because it's all predetermined.
Well, stuff is predetermined, but freedom of choice is how our day-to-day goes, right? Our experiences and what catches up to us. Yes.
Have you written a book about all your experiences?
I'll be starting my books this year. Yeah. So
Books.
yeah, because I have a trilogy. God's already showed me it's a trilogy, and it'll be my journey to purpose, a story worth telling. But I do have collabed in 2 books, but I
Awesome.
haven't told my story in these 2 books. I've told.
She writes books for a living.
I know.
But so for the main thing that you do now, do you get up in front of audiences and
Yes.
do that?
Yeah,
at
every
different
month
events?
I host an event with Activate Your Power Now. We actually host more than 2. We just closed our year and we're relaunching this year in April. So we'll be hosting 3 events a month
Wow.
come April. But for the last 2 years, we've been
Where
hosting.
do we go to hear?
This will be at the ACAs where you can go to hear. YouTube, you can find all our 2 years worth of, almost all the 2 years worth of content. I haven't put everything on there. But we were in Shawnee. We hosted at TLA Nutrition on Johnson Drive. And then we hosted an event where we hosted 24 events in Kansas City, Missouri at Unity Southeast. And then we also hosted some family events in Topeka, Kansas.
When you say we, who's we?
James Luff.
Why does that name sound familiar?
Because you've met him at the Becoming the Better You.
Oh, James.
Yes.
Okay, of course.
Yep. So we launched Activate Your Power Now together.
Uh-huh.
None of it was intentional. We had no plans on doing this. I was taking a speaker's class where I met James, and that was to scale my GG Salve business. Again, my
Didn't
mom
know this was going to happen.
did not know, and that's why I chose this year to take the pause and launch in April, because from December 2021, I said yes to a divine calling, and I haven't looked back. But we never actually hadn't officially launched or planned or anything. We just hosted a homework assignment for the class, and that was our first event, and it took off. It's been 40 events in 24 months
Wow.
since.
Does it monetize?
It is in the process of being monetized now this year. So we're restructuring it. Before, again, it was just a calling. We were showing up and doing what we were being called to do.
Okay. Are you married?
I am. I've been married for 20 years in May
Awesome.
to David Black.
What a
And
lucky guy.
He is a lucky guy, and I'm even luckier. So
Good for you.
Kids?
3 kids. They're adults now. They'll be having birthdays soon. So they'll be 28, 25, and 24.
28.
23.
28.
Yes, our oldest will be 28.
She has a 28-year-old. How old's your oldest?
28.
Yeah. So I got pregnant at 16.
Shut the hell up.
How old? I met some of your sons, I think.
Yeah, but I'm an old man. I'll be 74 next year.
Okay.
Um,
Well, you look really good also.
for 82.
We all look really
I
good
look
on
good for
this show
82.
right now.
I look good for 82.
82. Well, I'm 79.
Yeah.
What-
You don't look so good for 79. So, what do your kids do?
My oldest, he works at Taco Bell, and my 25-year-old lives in Abilene, Kansas. He works at a restaurant, and my daughter is a personal trainer. My 23-year-old at Body 20 in Prairie Village.
Okay. Good. Any grandchildren yet?
No, I have a great nephew, Bo Hunter. So he's like a grandson
Bow hunter
to
is,
me.
what's the difference between a shotgun
That's
or a
his
bow
name?
hunter?
His name is Bo Hunter, and his dad is a bow hunter, and he'll be 7 in May, and
Maybe
he
they got-
actually
I
Maybe
love
they got
that.
married at
Yes,
a
'cause
shotgun
he's-
wedding.
is training to bow hunt. He
That's
goes bow hunting
amazing.
with his dad, so that he was named.
That's very clever.
Not really.
I
It's
think
cute.
it's clever.
It's cute, but he's the cutest little thing. He's like a grandson.
Would you like to go through the world saying, that's your name?
I can one up
Okay,
that.
it's just Bo.
Okay, but now that you've opened the door to that,
Big Bob.
my sons, when they were in,
What's wrong with Big
hey,
Bob?
let me finish this.
Nothing. Just saying. You walk around saying your name's Big
Just let me
Bob.
get this out. I'm just gonna throw up. My sons, when they were in elementary school, had a music teacher called Mrs. Dover, and her son was Ben Dover.
Bend over. No. See, they needed
That's
a
a
big bat
made-up
one
story.
No, it's not.
I've heard that joke.
That's not.
I've heard that joke
That's
since I was in
not-
elementary
That's
school.
not a made up story.
Yeah, there's a lot of
That's
stories
not a
like
made-
that.
Okay,
You
whatever.
already made up those
No,
names.
I didn't.
It's just. All right. So, what is your what are you and James going to look like together 10 years from now? Where do you go with this thing? And do
Well,
you stay with him, or do you go do a solo
Or
act?
do you expand?
Well, that's where you expand to what?
Activate Your Power Now is not about James and I. James and I just happen to be the ones to say yes and get it sparked and going. But Activate Your Power Now is about a collaboration. That's why we collab with Becoming the Better You, and we collab with anybody who's
Who's in your
working.
organization? How many people in your little?
We have a team of about 10 for 2024. We've had different teams going into each year, whoever wants to step in and play a role. But we have over 50 activators that have gotten on the stage.
Really?
And Brenda Ringwood is one of them, the professor of change. And we're very blessed with collaborating with her and meeting her, because we literally met right at the same time our movements were sparked and growing and taking off. So it's been a great collab. We have a bunch of people, professionals. Some people are not professionals in the mental health, or we have mental health, addiction coaches, therapists, all kinds of people we collab with to serve these people.
What you're doing seems very, very similar to what she's doing.
It is very similar. So what I like to say with my experience with Activate Your Power Now and Becoming the Better You is you must be activated before you can truly start your journey of becoming the better you. Some people are already naturally activated in life, right? But what good is it to attain all your goals in life if you're going to find purpose, if you're going to be sad, if you're going to not have meaning in your life, and you have everything but peace.
You're almost there. No, seriously, you're almost there. You can't become a better you until you open up and say, there's a better me inside.
Right.
And you have to initiate the self-awareness that there's a
acknowledgement and awareness.
There's a better you inside before you can become a better you.
Right.
And what you're saying is, we're going to start the fire.
We're more about healing from your past before you can step into your future.
Okay.
We're all about healing. We do natural healing. We got different types of instructors that serve on our platform as well that do Reiki healing.
I was just going to ask if you had any healing.
Tapping. We do Tai Chi. We do yoga. We do breathing techniques. So we bring
massage therapy.
Yes, we do. We have massage
happy
therapists.
Endings.
No happy endings.
No. What there was a softball.
Well, people are usually happy after we're
I'm always happy after a massage.
Yeah. So, if you're getting the happy ending, I would hope you get your money's worth. Yeah.
No, I'm always happy after a massage.
Okay.
All right. What's wrong with that?
Nothing?
There's absolutely nothing. I would be concerned if you were sad after a massage.
What kind of massage has a sad ending?
Yeah, that would be
The
sad.
one when they end.
That's true. You're sad when it's done.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
See.
But
you have
we're
such
more
a dirty mind.
We're more about healing. We want people to again embrace their shadows of their past.
Heal from within.
Healing from within. We take people on a journey within themselves.
Wow.
Figure out who they are and why you have your belief systems.
Homeopathic?
You believe, all homeopathic, natural healing. We give you the power to know that your vessel has everything it needs. It's already regenerating and rehealing itself. It doesn't actually need our permission to do it. But when you tap in and
that's such a powerful.
And when you intentionally heal yourself, now.
If you can harness your emotion, your intellect into introspective healing, awareness, and then learn how to unleash it.
Right.
What a powerful moment that is.
So our 2024, our workshop, and it's kind of the direction our whole 2024 is taking, and it's become the master of your dream. So in dream, with dream, awesome. It's an acronym. It's D, we go on discovery and declaration. R is release and restoration. E is expand and explore. That's taking yourself out of your box. And then A is aim and take action. And then M is becoming the mastery of your dream. but you're mastering a practice, a daily practice. We call it a power path
Oh, wait, how come there's
process.
2 D's and 2 R's?
Why
I mean,
not?
why not just
Why
one D?
not? Because I make the rules.
It's not the aim.
Only
aim.
you.
Some people need it spelled out longer than others,
Oh, they need pictures too.
like you.
So, dream.
Mhm.
Love it,
That's awesome.
because that's what you're doing.
Right.
You're fulfilling the dream of a healthier you.
Right. I'm living a life that I never thought, was capable for me. I thought sure for anybody else but me. I didn't go to college. I don't have a college degree. I didn't even go to high school. My last grade I
Really?
completed was 8th grade in public school.
You would never guess that.
So at 14, I was being sent away to a girls' correctional farm till I was 19, 18 on good behavior because I was a juvenile delinquent. I was in and out of the juvenile detention system.
Right.
And I guess they figured there was no one that was really able to control me. Now, I wasn't rogue in my family. I was following the footsteps of my family.
Mm.
And I was very good at it. That's the problem.
Right.
But even when they said they were sending me away, I was in this home for 2 months after they sent me from the detention center to a holding place, and it was called the Runaway Center. This is in El Paso, Texas. That's where I'm from. And I actually ran away from the Runaway Center before they sent me away, so I never went, and I went on the run.
Wow.
And when
14.
I was 14 years old.
How long were you on the run?
A couple months. And then I had got arrested at the same time my sister had got arrested. My mom was in the state center, a court order, because she had tried to commit suicide a couple months before that. And
What a shitty childhood.
that's just a little piece of it. That wasn't even the hard part. But
And yet, you're mainstreamed. How did you go from being a major league F up
mhm.
to mainstreaming?
I got pregnant at 16, and
That-
that's
that-
for me.
Well, yeah, but
For
for most people,
me-
that's just a continuation of the problem.
Not for me, because for me, what I was refused to do, I was willing to take anything in life because I already knew how strong I was. I was never going to put that on my child.
Okay.
So that's why I came to Kansas at 17 with my first son to try to give him a better life. And it worked, right? I was able to offer something different here. But what brought me full circle in 2020, I guess 2017 is when I started my intentional life journey. But what brought me it was 2017 where God brought me straight facing myself. I mean, literally, he showed me myself, and he started showing me,
You didn't like
you
what
were
you saw.
here. You were here with greater purpose. You're here with greater purpose, and you've always known that. And I started having flashbacks. He showed me in meditation one time, my face as a young girl and my big black eyes. My eyes have turned brown now, but they used to call me Snow White when I was younger. I had the blackest eyes and the blackest hair. And for my family, I'm very fair. My family's dark. And so he just kept telling me, you know why you're here. You know why you're here. I'm here to change the course of my bloodline. I'm here to change the narrative of my family and break the curses.
Cool.
So all I wanted to do, I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I knew that my kids just weren't going to be affected by me the way I was affected by my parents. Everything else I didn't have any control over. But I knew that I had to be present, one, because that's what my parents couldn't be. And two, when I was present, it needed to be love and nurturing. It couldn't be fear and pain.
Uh-huh.
So that's where I started. And I created a whole different life here. I like to say that, I put a mask on. I realized real quick that no one was judging. They judged me. I've had my tattoos since I was 13, this one, and I have other ones, So I was a young girl with my kid, with my tattoos, and they would, they'd be looking at me and at my kid and looking at me, and because it was so different in Manhattan, Kansas for when I got there for the tattoo.
Already
and my
making an
age
assessment.
Prejudge.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, yeah, I can't hide, that I can cover it up, which I really didn't. But I was like, they're only going to know about me what I choose to share and how I choose to show up. So I rolled with that. Before you know it, 20-something years later, right? I'm here. I've owned my own businesses. I've done very well for myself. I've been a corrections officer. I was an insurance agent. I've done a lot of things that my past shouldn't have allowed me to do. And God was just like, that's cool, fine and dandy, but you don't get to hide from yourself. Before you can go where I need you to go next, I needed to do my shadow work and embrace my past with love.
Your journey is just starting.
Oh, I know.
Right? Your purpose has just been discovered. What you're going to do in the next 30 years is so much more than you've accomplished so far.
I would imagine.
You will end up touching and healing people that strangers, and they won't know who you are, and they won't know who to thank, but they will have been touched and they will have been healed, either by your word, by your spirit, because it's very, very powerful.
Thank you.
And I hope you don't ever lose faith in your commitment and God's love in you, because it is what the world needs a lot more of.
Thank you.
Reminds me of something my
Appreciate
grandma
that so
used to
much.
say, and it can have a double meaning, but you're doing it.
Yeah.
And it's speak your mind
Right.
and enjoy the results.
Right.
Yes. Speak your mind is what we encourage people to do on our
And enjoy.
platform. So, and that's another thing of how we're slightly different from Becoming the Better You is that our platform, we actually like to welcome, we have professional speakers speak, they donate their time, but we like to bring people in from the audience and give them the opportunity if they feel activated.
What if
to
you did
share a
it like
piece
a
of their
AAA,
story.
a double AA meeting where you just do the circle
We've done that before too.
and have everybody share their pain?
We've done that before also. So that's
Yeah.
kind of the direction we're going. That's why we're offering different, that's why we're doing more events, but they're going to be just local. The last 2 years we've been hybrid, but it's going to be just local for now because we really want to get deep into this and activate Kansas City. We have followers global and throughout the United States, but we know we can't, this type of healing we're really wanting to get into, we need to start here at home and then build our activators and then spread out, right? And we got offered, Activate Your Power Now got offered a radio show. So we're working on launching our radio show on KCMO Talk Radio in April. And we want to be just that, the bridge, right? The bridge of, it's fine, own your views, own your religion, own whatever you feel is yours. Figure out why you have it all, right? Be firm in it. But then how do we coexist in peace, in love with those extreme views and those different values?
Today is Martin Luther
Yes,
King
it is.
Jr. Day.
Yes.
And his message was not for just Black America. His message was not just for America. His message, I believe, was for the world.
For humanity.
And the message was tolerance, patience, understanding.
Right.
It was not, it was his message was be the best version of yourself. Learn to accept other people's journey and having them try to become the best version of themselves.
Right.
Today, honoring Dr. King is probably one of the main reasons I'm in BTBY, is helping me become a better version of myself. And I think that's what King was trying to talk about.
Yeah.
Right.
Be a better version of yourself.
Right. Because he knew that if we can make change within ourselves and become our best or work toward our best, right, become better, then it's the ripple effect. We go out,
Right.
now we're a different person when we enter the
Right,
grocery store, when we enter work,
Right.
when we're home with our children and our families, and then they get to take it to
Right.
school. Now
Right.
they're not
Same
burdened
effect.
by our bad attitude. And then they carry that on. Everything is contagious. I've learned that everything's contagious. So
Good and bad.
that's why I'm saying everything's contagious. So if I can be intentional on,
Now I understand intentional.
yes.
I did not understand intentional when you first said it. Now I understand intentional.
Yeah, well, God asked me in 2017, that I was really facing a point in my life where I was contemplating how I could give up finally because my kids were grown, and that was the only thing that was keeping me going for all those years. You know, both of my sons fell into addiction at a very young age,
Oh,
methamphetamines,
geez.
and it's part of my family. Unfortunately, you know, I have numerous. My oldest brother, my youngest brother, my parents are both have been recovering addicts. It's just in my family, and my sons, even though we showed them a different life, they still fell into that. But it's those generational curses. You know, God showed me. There's just so much to it. But the beauty is, again, is that I know I could never change my son's life. You know, my children's life. I can't change it for them. And God showed me my time of teaching was over. I had them when they were little to teach them. My time of teaching was over. My time of leading was here. And
Scary.
yeah, he said, just heal yourself and they will follow.
Yeah.
Thank you. So that's the journey I have been on. You know, I say I'm a healer of humanity, and people say, oh, it's offensive to some people because it sounds very cocky, but the ones who ask usually are happy with get the answer. And I help heal humanity by first healing self.
And what's the website again?
ActivateYourPowerNow.com.
ActivateYourPowerNow.com.
www.
www.
Don't forget the W's. But it's 30 minutes, right?
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure, and to meet you.
Did you bring any of those salves?
I did not.
Well, I will look it up.
Yes, I could give you my website, Gigi's Natural Hippie Essentials.
And can you find that through ActivateYourPower?
Yes. Okay. Yep.
What? Bye.
Gotta go.
Thank you, Bob and Ann.